My name is Kate.
And I'm Isaac. Welcome back to our second episode of The Wave.
That's right, but before we get started, let's check out this week's artist.
We're at Atlas End. I'm the manager. I'm here for quality of life. I'm on and off stage during shows. I'm not a stable presence on stage.
I'm Logan. I just sing for the most part.
I'm Dalton. I produce. I play the instruments. I do all that. I've always used music to express like how I feel about stuff.
I think it's part of being like a human is to enjoy music innately. So for me, it is like a near religious experience for me to like play live. Like it's so cathartic. It's so like it gives it meaning really. Like I think you can make music in a studio all you want, but like playing in front of people is where the humanity comes in and you actually get to share your music and your art with other people. So
Morristown is our hometown. It's outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. We just set up this show. It was really last minute.
It was like a week and a half.
We had like a week and a half turnaround, and we were able to like get tickets sold, get people there. We filled up this really pretty local venue.
I mean, it just meant so much to me because like the Rose Center, which is where it was held, it holds so much like value in our hometown.
It's so historic.
And it felt super good.
I feel like that's been a lot of our experiences, just kind of like falling into these really opportune moments that end up being super, super enjoyable.
I think for us, like it's always been a thing as a goal to like be very consistent, and I think that is something that we do very well, is to be consistently making music and consistently, we always have a mentality and a brain for it. Even like it's like an every weekend affair for us, really, making music. And I mean, sometimes it's 1 or 2 songs a week. Especially when we get in there and we're crafting songs, it's a 1 or 2 song a week thing.
Right.
But I think for me, that was probably like consistency would be like a goal, and I think we definitely keep that up.
Yeah.
So
I think also we just try to like make stuff that we like, and like we want to put out songs that we would listen to. We're not trying to like bend our sound to like fit the TikTok algorithm or like make people like a certain genre like it more. I think we just want to put out music that we enjoy.
So we're Atlas End. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music. But you can find us anywhere on streaming platforms under Atlas End, and we post all of our stuff on Instagram, so that's probably the best way to keep up with us. Thank you to The Wave, by the way, for having us. This has been a great experience.
I can't wait to hear them perform, but first, let's talk some music news.
With COVID-19 restrictions relaxing across the country, Coachella and Stagecoach have announced that they will be changing their mask and vaccination requirements. The festivals will no longer require concertgoers to wear masks nor require vaccination to attend the events. Both festivals will be held in California and are scheduled to happen in late April.
If you watched the Super Bowl, then you know beloved hip-hop artists Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and all others came to deliver this year's halftime performance. This was the first time in Super Bowl history that the show was centered around hip-hop and rap genre. The singers each performed classic songs and even included a surprise appearance from 50 Cent.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recently announced their nominees for their class of 2022. The Hall of Fame selected artists from all aspects of popular music. A few of those nominees include Dolly Parton, Rage Against the Machine, Eminem, and more. Fans can go to rockhall.com to vote for their favorite nominees up until April 29th.
And that wraps up this week's music news, and we'll be right back with Atlas End after the break.
And as promised, we're back with Atlas End. Before we get started, can you guys just go down and say your name and what you are in the band?
I'll start. I'm Dalton. I produce, I make the music, all the electronic music stuff,
Right.
That's all me. And I write a little bit, I sing a little bit, but mostly the production.
I'm Declan. I'm the manager. I do all the fun stuff behind the scenes. I throw the taxes together, the really fun part of performing and
Right.
making music. The great part. But yeah, I'm the guy pulling the strings behind the scenes, and I do songwrite a little bit here and there. But yeah, that's me.
I'm Logan. I primarily do vocals and songwriting, but we all have our hand in everything. So I help produce a little bit.
Right.
Dalton sings a little bit. So
That's awesome. Sounds like y'all got a good little trio going on.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what has inspired you guys to like, I noticed listening to your music, it's about like the hardships of love. What inspired you guys to really write about that in like a happy way, and to add to that as well? Because a lot of your music is like upbeat.
I think love and like struggling with love is like one of the most universal things that you can talk about and write about, and everyone can extract a different meaning from a song about love. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of one of our biggest motivations. We like to make music that people can connect with in a personal way. So
Yeah, so it makes it very relatable
Oh,
for
for sure.
everyone.
yeah, and like as a writer, I tend to put like whatever idea, whether it's like mental struggles or whatever, and I just throw that into a love song because it means something to me, but like everybody else is just gonna think it's a love song.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
You want something that people can relate to, but
Yeah.
then if they dig a little deeper, they can see something like
Exactly.
further,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's such a like good way to go about making your music. Is there like a specific way that a day like recording or producing looks like for you guys?
Wow. Yes.
that is
Yeah.
such a loaded question
Yeah.
because
I think so.
it's like has morphed and changed so much,
sure.
especially with we kind of started in the midst of COVID. So our recording process was like we were kind of isolated. So I would make a beat and then I'd send it over to Logan and then he'd record something on it and he'd send it back to me and then we would just kind of keep emailing stuff back and forth. But now that things have loosened up and we're back in college and living close together, Logan will just come down to MTSU every weekend and we'll just kind of grind all day and just make stuff, throw every idea onto paper and see what sticks, I guess.
Yeah, that's
usually, usually we'll be hanging
Creative.
out in like the living room and stuff like that, and then, in the distance we hear Dalton, making
you
something
just
or
get that
cooking something.
itch.
Yeah,
Get
and
that
then
itch.
and then we look at each other and it's like, oh yeah, it's time. Yeah,
A lot of it starts with listening too. We like to
Yeah.
just listen to music and like we hear something like, oh, that inspires us, and then I'll like they said, I'll just go off and like start doing something, and they're like, oh, this is good. So
Yeah.
they'll hop in my room and we'll start working on something.
Yeah, that's such a fun way to piece it all together.
Yeah. So speaking of your songs, do you have any favorite one?
I think
Loaded question.
Well, for me, I mean, out of the released ones, it is Blue Toyota. So that one's my personal
That's right.
favorite.
Yeah, me too.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that song? Because that is the one you're performing on the show today.
Yeah, so it's pretty much in that same vein of like a love song, but it's a lot about grappling with the inability to change somebody,
Right.
and it's just that point when you just let them go,
Right, yeah.
and they just go off and live their life.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to it that means like you want the best for somebody, but they might not see eye to eye with you, and I think that's a big theme in the song as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very well perceived through the song as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, listening to it.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you are the musical brains of this
Yeah.
thing. So do you have like a favorite instrument you like to play and use for songs?
Yeah, it's definitely guitar. I love playing guitar. I started off when I was super young playing piano. I was a little kid, I was like, I want to be a rock star. And so I wanted to play guitar naturally. But my mom was like, no, you're not going to start off with guitar. I've heard from like my friends or something that you need to start with piano. So she made me grind out piano as like a little second grader or something.
Wow.
And then I just
That's
kind of
awesome.
stuck with piano. And then I picked up guitar, kind of started teaching myself, and now it's easily my favorite.
Now he's a guitar
That's super
player.
cool.
Yeah,
Those are two really important instruments to like be able to make music
Yeah.
too. So you got the basics down.
Exactly.
So you said like of your favorite release songs. So are there some unreleased songs that are going to come out soon?
Ooh, are there unreleased songs?
most definitely. I mean, we're working on album 2 right now.
Awesome.
Wow.
So actually, we're making a lot of headway there. Actually, and
Yeah. And we may even drop a little EP before the
yeah,
album.
yeah.
Okay, so everybody just needs to get excited
Yeah.
for some new
Right,
music.
for sure.
Oh, of course.
Cool.
So do you guys have any social media that we can reach out and follow you guys on?
Oh, of course. We're at Atlas End almost everywhere. We use Instagram mostly, and then if you want to see the more personal side of us, you can follow us on TikTok. But fair warning, it's like the most unhinged stuff you'll see. As TikTok is.
Right.
But yeah, mostly just TikTok and Instagram. But you can listen to our music anywhere too. anywhere you stream music, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Amazon Music.
Amazon
yeah.
Music.
Google Play,
Google
just
Play.
go down the list.
Napster, LimeWire. Actually, I don't know if we. Yeah, we can. But the big ones anyway.
All right, well then we'll just have to follow you guys and keep up with all the new music and events, all the good things. But we will be right back with Atlas N's performance.
You can take your time to realize what's best for you. Smell of cigarettes, been living in that Toyota. But I know you best from coming out that blue Ford. Pick a trader doing everything and sell a sorta. And your daddy said he sold out, he expected more. So you moved out of state and now you flipping shores. And time will tell, now you hate me more. And I can't feel, we don't talk no more. Distant when you're here, I beg for your word. Yeah, you can say the word. No. You can take your time to realize what's best for you. See you going down the street in that blue Yoda hatchback. If you miss this, yeah, you can say the word. No. You can take your time to realize what's best. In my eyes, it's only me. Yeah, maybe I'm just rude. Chalk that up to my low self-esteem. You had eyes for everyone else in the room. Ain't nothing I could do. You were always telling who was next up. I ain't nothing like the rest, cause I'm the best of the best. I'm so sorry, redirect. Silent cause I'm hungry for a check. There ain't nothing you respect. Distant when you're here, I beg for your word. Yeah, you can say the word. No. You can take your time to realize what's best for you. See you going down the street in that blue Yoda hatchback. If you miss this, yeah, you can say the word. No.
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of The Wave.
And be sure to check out Atlas N on our Spotify playlist and give us a follow on Instagram to stay updated with the rest of the wave.
We'll see you next week.